name's Briony Penn, and I'm a fifth-generation Salt Spring Islander. I raised my kids here. I have a lot of family, friends, and my roots go way back on this island. And I am going to say no to incorporation, as I have over the last many decades. This is an issue that comes up over and over again, and it's always the same reason. You just follow the money. My profession is as a journalist, and so I'm used to tracking the financial interests that are behind issues like this. And invariably, it's about who wants to get their hands on some incredibly valuable assets. And in this case of the Islands Trust, it's the ability to rezone land. So if you imagine that Salt Spring Island is sitting between two of the hottest real estate sectors probably in Canada, Victoria and Vancouver, Salt Spring Island sits like this little very valuable jewel that a lot of the people in the development industry see as one of the most valuable assets. In order to get houses on this island and convert Salt Spring Island from a rural area into an urban district. And there is absolutely no question in my mind that this has been the incentive behind the incorporation process, as it was the last time we went through this, as it was in the 80s, and as it was even fighting to get the Islands Trust Act back in the 70s. The whole basis behind the Islands Trust Act was to try and control development pressures, because it's always been a very attractive place to come and live. And the Islands Trust was created not just for islanders, though, to preserve some little paradise for them. This was a place that was there to look towards the future and create a place that was going to be enjoyed by British Columbians and people from all over the world. There aren't that many places left in the world that have this kind of beauty, this kind of cultural vitality, this kind of artistic community. There's only one reason that we have all these things, and that is the ability to control zoning. So when you look at the incorporation prospect, it means that they're going to take the zoning and the land use planning out of the Islands Trust and put it with a group of people that will invariably be pressured into changing the zoning from 5-acre rural lots down to urban zoning. That's what happens. It happens incrementally. It happens development by development. And over time, you lose the natural beauty, you lose the artistic community, you lose the agricultural community, and you end up with a satellite suburb of Victoria and Vancouver. And that is the end game, because there's too much money to be made. And all those other reasons that the incorporation folk are putting out are really just smoke to confuse people. The jewel that they're going after is the ability to control zoning. And from my perspective, from my kids' perspective, from the perspective of anybody that's spent time on this island, that is what is at risk, and that's why we have to say no.